What power does a mere piece of clothing hold? The Overcoat by Nikolai Gogol presents a gripping exploration of how something as simple as an overcoat can redefine a person's identity. This narrative dives into the life-changing effects of material possessions, revealing deeper societal values and personal transformations. Akaki Akakievich, the protagonist, is a low-level bureaucratic clerk whose life is profoundly altered by his acquisition of a new overcoat. This story isn't just about fabric and threads. It's about how society perceives value and how external changes can prompt internal revolutions. The overcoat becomes a symbol of Akaki's newfound identity and self-worth. As we follow his journey, we are invited to ponder: does our society place undue emphasis on material wealth as a measure of a person's value? Gogol masterfully uses the overcoat as a lens to explore these questions, making us question our own values. Before the transformative overcoat, Akaki Akakievich leads a life marked by invisibility and routine. As a low-ranking official in the bureaucratic machinery of St. Petersburg, his existence is monotonous and unremarkable. His colleagues barely acknowledge him, and his life lacks any semblance of excitement or variation. His initial overcoat, worn and threadbare, is a metaphor for his faded existence. It barely protects him against the harsh Russian winters, much like how his mundane routine fails to protect him from the cold indifference of society. Akaki's life is a cycle of working, returning to his modest apartment, and attempting repairs on his deteriorating garment. However, the mere decision to replace his overcoat sets the stage for his transformation. This act, driven by necessity, is initially as mundane as his life, yet it is here that Gogol plants the seeds of change. Akaki's journey towards obtaining a new overcoat becomes a quest not just for physical warmth, but for a redefinition of his identity. The acquisition of the new overcoat marks the beginning of a profound transformation in Akaki's life. Crafted from fine materials, the coat is not just a garment, but a vessel of hope and a symbol of respect that he has never before experienced. When Akaki dons the overcoat, he is treated with a newfound respect that astonishes him. The change in how colleagues and strangers perceive him is immediate and striking. From being an invisible entity, Akaki becomes a person of interest. His colleagues invite him to a party, an event that would have been unthinkable before the overcoat. This shift highlights the superficiality on which social interactions are often predicated. Yet, the overcoat does more than alter how others see Akaki. It transforms how he sees himself. With the overcoat, he walks with a taller posture and carries an air of confidence. This external transformation prompts an internal re-evaluation of his self-worth and place in the world, illustrating Gogol's critique of the societal emphasis on material wealth for personal validation. The societal response to Akaki's new overcoat is a complex blend of acceptance and alienation, reflecting the dual nature of human interactions. His colleagues, who previously mocked him, suddenly changed their tune, drawn by the allure of his high-quality overcoat. This acceptance, however superficial, fills a void in Akaki's social life, giving him a taste of belonging. However, this newfound acceptance comes with its own set of challenges. Akaki finds himself the center of attention, a role he is unaccustomed to and uncomfortable with. The superficial nature of this acceptance begins to dawn on him, and he feels an alienation not from being ignored, but from being valued for the wrong reasons. The irony of Akaki's situation is palpable. He gains social visibility but loses personal authenticity. The societal embrace he experiences is contingent upon his material possession, not his personal qualities. This aspect of the story highlights the fickleness of human nature and the fragile basis of social status and acceptance. In the overcoat, one of the most emotionally charged scenes unfolds when Akaki first dons his new overcoat. The pride and joy in his eyes reflect a man who has been given a new lease on life. This moment is not just about a piece of clothing, but about the recognition and self-esteem that come with it. Another poignant scene occurs at the party, where Akaki is initially welcomed with open arms. The warmth he receives is a stark contrast to the cold neglect he has endured for years. This scene is bittersweet, as the reader is acutely aware of the superficial basis of this acceptance, making Akaki's momentary happiness tinged with sadness. However, the climax of emotional impact is reached when Akaki's overcoat is stolen. The theft is a devastating blow, stripping him of his newfound identity and plunging him back into obscurity. This scene is a powerful commentary on the transient nature of material-based respect and the harsh realities of societal indifference. After the theft of his cherished overcoat, Akaki's world unravels rapidly. The loss of the overcoat is not just a physical deprivation, it represents the loss of his new identity and the respect he had garnered. The cold, both physical and metaphorical, seeps back into his life, leaving him more vulnerable than ever. Akaki's attempts to recover his overcoat are met with indifference and bureaucracy. His pleas for help go unheard, mirroring his pre-overcoat invisibility. This segment of the story underscores the cruel irony of his situation. Once the material symbol of his identity is gone, so too is any semblance of societal compassion or justice. The ultimate despair Akaki feels leads to his illness and eventual demise. The narrative does not just trace the rise and fall of a man due to a material possession, it paints a grim picture of a society where human worth is measured by external appearances and material wealth, highlighting the dehumanizing effects of such values. Following Akaki's tragic demise, the story takes a spectral turn. Reports surface of a ghost haunting the streets of St. Petersburg, stealing overcoats. This supernatural element serves as a poignant metaphor for Akaki's unending search for warmth and dignity, even in death. The ghostly presence of Akaki is a form of poetic justice, targeting those who value material over human kindness. It is a chilling reminder of the unresolved grievances and the coldness that led to his untimely death. This spectral phenomenon forces the society to confront the consequences of their superficial values. The haunting also serves as a critique of the bureaucratic and social systems that fail individuals like Akaki. It underscores the notion that societal neglect and superficiality can have lasting repercussions, extending even beyond death. Gogol uses this ghostly aftermath to underscore the enduring impact of societal indifference on the human spirit. The Overcoat raises profound questions about the role of society in shaping individual identity. Through Akaki's story, Gogol invites readers to reflect on the extent to which societal recognition and material possessions determine one's place in the world. The narrative challenges the reader to consider the value of individuality versus societal approval. The story also critiques the bureaucratic system that treats individuals as cogs in a machine, devoid of personal identity or value beyond their functional roles. Akaki's transformation and subsequent downfall highlight the dehumanizing effects of such a system, urging a re-evaluation of how society values its members. Ultimately, the Overcoat is a call to recognize and cherish individuality and human dignity, regardless of societal status or material wealth. It serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of a society that values appearances and materialism over genuine human connection and individual worth. The Overcoat by Nikolai Gogol is more than just a story about a man and his coat. It is a profound exploration of identity, societal pressures, and the human condition. Through the lens of Akaki Akakievich's life, Gogol masterfully depicts the transformative power of material possessions and the superficial judgments of society. This narrative not only entertains, but also provokes thought about the deeper values of our social interactions and the true basis of human worth. As we close the pages of this timeless tale, we are left to ponder our own values and the extent to which we allow material possessions and societal perceptions to define us. In conclusion, The Overcoat remains a crucial literary work that continues to resonate with readers today, reminding us of the enduring questions about society, identity, and the human spirit. Its lessons are timeless, urging a reflection on what truly constitutes the essence of a person beyond the superficial layers of society.